Courage is so unbelievable, guys. Do you know that even after everything that happens, when I thought at least Courage is going to learn something from what just happens to Monarchy and even try to make some changes or correct himself, guys, Courage did the worst in the hospital right in front of Monarchy, where we all got it wrong. Episode 40. Guys, after planning with Dan on what to do if peradventure Monarchy did not survive the incident, they decided to call Andy to find out the hospital where he took Monarchy to. Then, Andy told them that he took her to the family hospital. Then they both came, and guess what? The first question Dan asked Andy is if Mona is still alive. Andy was shocked. Was like, what are your expectations? If that is what you expected at this point, then you have failed. Can you imagine Courage, whose wife is in such situation, was now defending Dan, telling Andy that Dan did not mean it that way, that Andy should take it easy with Dan. Guys, Courage is so unbelievable. Finally, here comes the doctor. And she broke the good news, saying that Monarchy is alive and she's doing good. But unfortunately, the pregnancy is gone. They couldn't help with the pregnancy. All right. And Courage was broken. But Dan, inside of him, he was happy, although he was shocked, because no one knows about the pregnancy. Not even Courage. And I doubt if Monarchy even know anything about her being pregnant at that moment. So you see, the doctor allowed them to go inside and see Monarchy to confirm themselves that Monarchy is fine. But told them not to disturb her because she needs some quietness. She needs a peaceful and a quiet environment. But gotten inside, can you imagine that they wanted to start up another drama? The three of them. Andy and Dan started it all by accusing Andy for putting Monarchy in that condition. And Courage supported. They did not stop at that. While they were trying to blame Andy for causing the whole situation that happens, Courage directly said to Monarchy that it's quite unfortunate that Monarchy could not carry ordinary child in her womb. Imagine Courage calling a child an ordinary, calling pregnancy an ordinary, that it's unfortunate Monarchy could not carry a pregnancy on her womb. Hearing this, Monarchy, that was weak and could not say a thing, she was much more broken. She couldn't help it. Rather, she walked them out of the room. She asked them all to leave. They never wanted to. they wanted to continue with the arguments. Then, all thanks to Rita that came in immediately and ordered them to leave the room with immediate effect. She walked them out and tried her best to console Mona. They didn't stop at that. After leaving the hospital, they still continue with their dragging Andy dragging Courage, Dan trying to make Courage to stay away from Andy, saying that Andy is not a good friend, when he knows fully well that he is the Jezebel among them all. He is the one manipulating Courage, although Courage is already corrupt on his own. Courage is not only being manipulated, he himself is evil. So you see, and Andy make it clear that being my friend, you are not doing me any good. And if not for Monarchy, Andy could have long stayed away from Courage, which is truth. Because at a point, I was even wondering, friendship is not by force. You are in a friend with somebody, and this person, you people do not match. Your ways are quite different. You don't reason the same way. You are always in a positive side, while he is always in a negative side. Why don't stay away from such person? For me, I think Andy and Rita should stay away from Courage and Dan. Birds of the same feathers flock together. Dan and Courage, they are good to go because they reason the same way. But Rita and Andy, they are not fit to be in their space. They should be on the same line with Monarchy, because the three of them, they reason the same way. Why Dan and Courage reason the same way? So you see, they are not supposed to be friends. Dan is not supposed to be friends with Courage, with Andy. Andy is not supposed to be friends with both Dan and Courage. But you see, Andy said something very good that I really like. He said, Courage, the earlier you change and know that Dan is not your friend, Dan is there to bring you down, to destroy you, to make sure that he render you empty. The earlier you realize this, be better for you. So you see, he's very right. The earlier Courage realize who Dan is, and the earlier he realized that he is doing the wrong thing, he's taking the wrong step, be better for him. So guys, drop your own thoughts in the comment section. I remain your humble girl, Boss Lady V and Boss Lady Vicky. I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye bye for now.